News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this evening, John Pollock. Maria's up someplace in Simi Valley. She sends her I woke her up and asked her if she'd make the show. She says, I'm in Simi Valley. She wanted me to say in another week on a Saturday it'll be her birthday, so happy birthday in the future. This show will be broadcast on the 14th of November, but we're actually pre-taping this on the 11th, which is Veterans Day. And since I am a veteran, this is one of my days. You a veteran?
Yeah, I'm United States Army.
And same thing with me. So we're enjoying the accolades from the people that know that we're veterans. And it's a little bit better than when I first came home from Vietnam. People are acknowledging us and them.
Yeah, well, we didn't broadcast that we were in the military, especially home from Vietnam. I mean,
it was...
I don't think I've ever been treated, how you say it, so wrongly as I was when I came home. I mean, that wasn't a good time.
Well, thank God I have family. I was back in Chicago, so
Well, my family treated me very well, but you just didn't go out with your hat and your tie and your coat and broadcast that you were just home from Vietnam.
Yeah, so even though this will be broadcast later, this is our day, and all the other veterans that watch the show, thank you for what you've done and you've given up for our country.
Absolutely.
And Gary, who is the the 3rd District Commissioner from Nye County, is involved with a program to feed the homeless veterans in Pahrump. Could you tell us a little bit about that, Gary?
Yes, this is in conjunction with DAV. I knew that they were out doing this, and so I told Ken Shockley that we needed to get involved. But one of the reasons I got really involved was, I'd say about a year ago, Ken Shockley came to me and said, I'm swamped. I mean, I got appointments out there with these veterans 3 months in advance.
Okay.
I'm having a problem answering the phone. So I was thinking about what I could do to help him, and so when I got home, I asked my wife, I said, Geneva, you've worked in the county, you're retired from the county, you know the computer systems, you know all this stuff. I hate to ask you, but would you volunteer 2 days a week to help Ken Shockley and help the veterans? Well, she said, let me think about it. So she went down there and got into it, and she really likes what she does, helping Ken. So I was in her office a couple weeks ago, and there was a veteran there that was having problems. He needs some help, but what shook me was he didn't even have toilet paper.
Okay.
And I said, no veteran should be in this kind of situation. Mm-hmm. A good friend of mine, Art Jones, you know him very well. He did a speech one time on Veterans Day, and he says, if a veteran doesn't have a coat, get him a coat. If he doesn't have something to eat, get him something to eat. If he doesn't have a place to stay, let's see if we can't find him some place to stay. And I tried to work with those 3 things. Mm-hmm. And so that shook me that this veteran didn't even have toilet paper. So I told Ken Shockley, let's use my office and your office, and let's help the DAV, and let's make sure that every veteran's got a coat, got something to eat, and if he doesn't have a place to stay and wants a place to stay, let's see if we can't find him a place to stay. So that's what we're working on. This is a DAV program. They've been running this food drive and stuff for years. And I just thought that I could lend my support to help DAV and with the veteran services, that we could help them out more. So that's the reason I'm involved. You can bring non-perishable food products, clothing, toilet paper, any of that kind of stuff to the Nye County complex at Calvada I. The town board has a place you can put it there, and we appreciate your support in this matter.
And also the Veterans Service Office. Right
Yes.
now it's a trailer behind the planning department.
Right.
But what's going to be happening in?
Well, within 90 days, I think that we'll be able to finish we're going to be moving the health nurse, Shirley Trumbull, veteran, or her social services,
right,
and the Veteran Service Office down to the Calvada I in a new building that is being constructed.
That's in the back of the I where they used to have apartments.
Yeah, it used to be 6 apartments back there when Preferred Equities had it. Yeah, we tore them down, and we're going to put that modular building in there to house them in that new facility.
Okay, and Ken's going to be out there, right?
Ken
Shockley?
Ken Shockley's office will be in that new building.
And he's the Nye County Veterans Service Director. That's his title.
Yeah, but Ken, he does all he can, but he's only one person. So, I asked the veterans, be patient with him. He's doing everything that he can. He does have some volunteers. Brandy now went to school, so she can do more to help him out. Ken is going to have to go get some surgery himself at the VA hospital. So, he's not really well neither. So, I ask you veterans to please just be patient. We're working on seeing if we can get some more help from the state and see if they can't help us out with some of the veteran problems that we're having in the office. But I can assure you, Ken Shockley is doing everything in his power to make sure that every veteran is taken care of. It's just that he's only got so many hours in the day.
Right, and I had to go up to Nellis, up in the hospital up there, where the clinic is up there for something minor, but they're just overwhelmed up there also. I have my next appointment in another 3 months, and it's quite a ways out. And by mistake, I went and saw the new hospital they're building. Have you seen that?
No.
Huge. So the government spent a lot of money for our services in the future. I think it'll be open in a few months. The lady in the clinic that I was in, she says they won't be in there until next August. It'll be a while, but everything is complete on the outside.
It's funny. It's funny though that there's more veterans in Nye County per capita than Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost 9,000 veterans in Nye County.
Right, but here's the thing. Also, hopefully in the future, our veterans won't have to go to where's it, Long Beach out there?
Long Beach. There's Sepulveda VA hospital. But that's quite a trip. That's 5 hours.
So
depending upon the traffic and getting down there.
Yeah. So I'm hoping this will be relatively local.
Yes.
Yeah, so it really impressed me. It's
that's the reason why we wanted to put Ken's office down there at the Calvada I, because the Veterans Clinic is just close, right across the street.
It's a very smart idea.
So we're trying to do one-stop shopping. You got the health nurse, Shirley Trumbull's office there, and the VA office is there, and then the VA clinic is just across the street.
That's perfect. Yeah, that'll turn out to be a real nice area than what you're envisioning there with the different offices over there. Yeah, that's great. So, so this drive is going on.
It's bigger. It'll be a bigger waiting room so that they're not so cramped in that little trailer, and it should speed up the process of time and stuff. So, I just ask the veterans to be patient. Government sometimes works slowly.
Yeah, but this building, since it's modular, it's going up really quick.
Yeah, it'll go up really quick.
Yeah. So
the main thing was getting it through the planning process, and we have to do the same thing as anybody else when we put a building up. So.
But it seems like it's going full steam ahead. And thank you for pushing that, and we appreciate that. So that's the DAV, and also the VFW.
They take donations also at the VFW, and I imagine if you talk to the American Legion, they'll take the donations also.
And I'm sure there's something going on at the cemetery while we're here. It's cheap
Yes,
to
I'm
put this
supposed to be at the cemetery. I'm supposed to be at the VFW, and I had to do this show, so I can't do all three of them.
Right. Well, we appreciate you coming here and getting the word out to the folks, because this will be on.
We got one other thing.
Okay.
Karen Jackson. Oh, we got to go on break or something?
No, we
Okay.
have 5 minutes. You could talk
All right.
as long as you want.
Karen Jackson, K9 Radio, is doing a food drive.
Oh,
I think it's on the 19th of this month, and part of those, part of the food that is given there will go to this program that we're talking about today, to the veterans.
yes.
So I want to thank Karen for helping me out and getting food for these needy veterans.
Well, besides this TV station, she's got it good because she's got a radio station most people listen to in the area here. So Karen Jackson, 19th, you said?
I think it's the 19th.
Mm-hmm. But she does a lot of worthy causes, and that's great that she'll.
Believe me, I know. I end
I
up.
know. Yeah. You're
When the
involved.
phone rings and it says Karen
Karen.
Jackson, I'm,
Yeah, the next.
what in the world is she going to come up with next?
Yes.
You know?
But it's glad that she has the wherewithal to do it. Someone has to take the reins.
You know, but that's part of the process, is people giving back to the community, and she absolutely gives back to the community, just like this TV station does. You know, all I have to do is call Vern and say I got a message I want out, and he says, come on down, we'll do it and get it out. And all of these news outlets like K9 and Channel 41 or 46, as you call it.
Mm-hmm.
During a time of emergency, there are outlets to get the message out to the people. People have to understand that I have equipment, I have people that we can get the job done, but I need to be able to tell you where to go to get that service or that staging area or that thing that emergency services or the sheriff's department is doing. And that's the way we get it out, is by this station and other stations here and K9 Radio.
Yes, so we thank you for that, Karen, and the newspapers and the other TV station too. I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody does what they can.
Channel 30, if I ask them to put out a news, public service announcement, but a lot of times people take for granted that the stations and the news media is only out there to do what they can to make a dollar and such forth, and that's not really true, because there's a lot of public service announcements that they do for me and for other people and other commissioners and the county and town, and they don't get paid for those public service
Right.
announcements.
And I've been doing this for over 8 years, Community Viewpoints. I'm trying to get the word out for the community, for yourself, for causes like this.
using, because this show is an avenue to get the word out.
Yes.
If you want something out, talk to him and he can get it out to you.
Or if you're local, at town board meetings, they have public comment there. If you have something worthwhile, the news media is over there. You have
We have public comment. We have public comment on county commissioner level, and we have announcements. So
Right.
if you have something that you want us to know about or the public to know about, just come in and I'll call on you to come up and you can give your public service announcement or your announcement or your public comment.
Okay, we're in the last minute, and I thank you very, very much, Gary. I know you're a very busy person today. This is Veterans Days, like I mentioned earlier, and thank you for spending this time with us. And remember the DAV, the food drive over at the county complex. You can drop things off there. The town and office, and then the Veterans Service Office, which is behind the planning department at this moment.
And just take a few minutes to remember our armed forces that are in harm's way today and our veterans.
The veterans don't make the policy, but we have to go out there and stand
you
up
may
for
not
the
like
policy.
the people that are telling you, but when you're in the military, you take orders, you follow orders,
To the best of our ability.
you do it to the best of your ability.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gary, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. And welcome back to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host, and we've got a full house here. We have one of my favorites, one longtime friend is Paul Elefante, who is going to be promoting that right there, the 13th annual POW WOW. And on her right, your left, is Gary Bergman, and on the other side is John Whitefeather, and then farther to the left is me. So, Paula, this has been going on since 1998, I think it is. This is your 13th, so 9,
Yes.
10, 11. So, what do you know about it? You want to tell us about it?
Well, I've been involved with powwow for 9 years, and we've grown in participation and visitors, and it's just an awesome event. And for these gentlemen and myself, Gary being Cherokee, like me, and John being Blackfoot from Canada, powwow is a really important time for us. It's a time where we can come together as a family and enjoy food and dance and song and just really have a good time.
Okay, great.
And then,
I
almost forgot to say, and then we welcome the community to come and enjoy the powwow with us.
That's where
That one.
you come in. So, when is this going to be? November?
18th, 19th, 20th, and actually on the 18th, it's actually not starting as far as music goes until the afternoon, but we'll have plenty of vendors that will be open and ready to show their crafts, and so.
And this is going to be, once again, at Petrack Park?
Yes.
Until we get the fairgrounds, one of these days. Hopefully, you and I will still be around. So, one of these days, it's got to come. But you're going to have some performers that weren't here for a couple of years, I think you're telling me?
Yes, we're really excited because we do have Aztec dance troops. We've got 2 groups coming in. One is a family, and he was here, Adolfo was here just a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And then Helodia, her dance troupe, there's 8 in her group that will be coming. They're Aztec dancers, and if you haven't seen Aztec dancers, they're absolutely incredible. They're just
colorful.
They're colorful. The headpieces with the huge peacock feathers and quail feather, all these different kinds of, not quail, they're not very big, but the bigger birds, pheasants. Their headpieces have to be really heavy. They have to weigh a lot.
The regalia is really unique. It is.
Before I forget, the following year, you got to have some Mayans here, and they could sell calendars. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Next
let
year,
that go.
2012.
I couldn't let that go.
12.
We'll work on that.
The last calendar you'll ever own. I'm sorry.
But I wanted to say, Gary is new to our committee. He's the newest member of our committee. He moved here from Southern California, and he was involved with an Indian center over there.
Fontana Native American Indian Center.
Uh-huh. And then John, he got on our committee in January of this year. And so we're really excited because our committee is very intertribal. Many tribes represented.
Oh, another thing also that benefits the powwow, you have the centers for donating cartridges and things too?
Yes.
Don't let the folks forget that either.
John's kind of taken the lead on that.
We're trying to keep these things out of the landfill, and it benefits us in a way we don't get much for them, but we get a little bit, and this helps promote our dancers and and just help us in the long run, and helps the community. So we have boxes in different areas in town, and Comstock Park, and
The library?
library also, and Advanced America, I believe, and a few other places in town. And we'd appreciate anytime you can drop by a cartridge or a cell phone, or anything that doesn't, that's participate, that is, like a PC or something like that. We're taking it all just because this stuff does not decompose in the dump, and it's going to benefit us all in the long run. We're caregivers of the earth, and we want to go ahead and help out the community in whatever we can do on that.
That's including the toner cartridges too. The big
Yeah.
Yes,
things.
exactly. So,
Yeah, so all your ink cartridges, when you're out running around, just stop by the library or the town office, and we recycle those. Like John said, they don't break down in the earth, and we get like 5 cents, 10 cents, and 20 cents a
Yeah.
cartridge. Not a lot. We have to ship a lot, but these monies do come back, and we use it for the powwow.
Okay, so let's go over the times and the dates so everybody knows when to be there, the perfect time to be there.
I need to add, on Saturday morning, we have the Walk for Diabetes.
Okay.
And that is, Dee's got it set up so registration is at 8 a.m. And so diabetes is the #1 killer of Native Americans. The children, we have a lot of children in this community, not just Native American children. We have a lot of children in this community that are diabetics. We have a lot of children in this community that are type 1 diabetic. They're insulin dependent.
Okay.
And so Dee is raising her grandson, who is a diabetic. He is insulin dependent. Augie is probably the best spokesperson around as far as youth diabetes. And that program, the monies that is raised during that walk, is used for the youth in Pahrump. And it's used to send them to diabetes camp. And at diabetes camp, they learn more about their disease. They learn more about managing their disease. I mean, ketoacidosis, I had never heard of that. Augie can explain everything about it, and he's like 13. So for those of you that would like to help out in raising monies for the youth in Pahrump, or for families in Pahrump, come out and participate in that walk. And that's, like I said, registration's at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to be walking a great distance. It's kind of around that whole big block that the park sits on and the town offices and all that. We have some special activities planned where we have another young man, a Native American young man, who has completed the Eagle Scout level in Boy Scouts, and we want to recognize him. Our powwow this year, for many of you that have come over the past couple of years, we've had Joe Morris. He was a Navajo code talker, and he's come to our powwow many times. We lost him this year. And so we decided early on that we would remember and honor Joe Morris, the Navajo code talker. And then just 2 months ago, our spiritual advisor, and many people who's been to the powwows will remember him. He's always the gentleman that wore the war bonnet and carried the staff. Leroy Spotted Eagle. We lost him. So we have 2 veterans, a World War II veteran and a Vietnam veteran, that we lost this year. And wow, it's really kind of weird to be sitting here on Veterans Day and talking about that. But we're going to remember and honor both of those gentlemen. We will have gourd dancers, and those are the veterans. They will dance before the powwow actually begins. And what I've learned about gourd dancing is they were out there and they're kind of patting down the grass to make it smooth for all the dancers.
Danceable.
Yeah, it's danceable. So that's a part of their job and in the dance. And when you see them and you listen to the drum and you can see their footsteps, how they'll pat down the grass, it's really kind of, as you learn more, it makes it far more interesting, and we love sharing that information.
It's more meaning, yeah.
Yeah. And then grand entry will be, on Saturday, it'll be around 12 between 12 and 1, somewhere in there, not sure exactly.
Indian time.
That's right, Indian time. And probably around 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, the Aztec dancers will be dancing.
Okay.
We hope, depending on Mother Nature and the temperature, we would love to be able to go into an evening session, but that depends on the weather.
Right.
And it depends on you. If you are out there, being there and participating in the powwow, we'll go into an evening session, but if we don't have the visitors, there's no shoppers for the vendors, and it's cold, and we just say, you know what, we'll close it down for the night. And we've always been that flexible.
So,
You want to share anything about powwows?
we got another minute to go, or two.
No, it's a good time for everybody to get out and dance. We open the dancing to everybody.
Yeah, when we have a circle dance. And then we have some contests. We will have some community participation contests, like a potato under the,
We'll
on the
have,
forehead potato.
we'll have many tribes this year, all the way from Canada down to Mexico, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, all over.
Where can we find more information too? Are you online anyplace?
Our website is out of date, but these posters are out and about, and you can call 775-209-3444. You'll get me, and I can answer questions. But it's next weekend, the weekend of the 18th in Petrack Park.
Okay.
And we'll have Indian fry bread and tacos, Indian
That's what I
tacos.
almost forgot.
Yeah,
Yes.
the food.
Yes. All right, we're down to the last minute. So that's going to be the 13th annual. These posters all around town. They're on Shoshone. And Tacoma.
Yeah.
Did you cover Tacoma?
Copa also.
All right, so I don't have to do that then. But we have them at the library. We have the small poster, the little cards at the library. And you should take a picture and link it to the town. Talk to the town pro. They'll do something for us. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope that you can make it out there for that weekend, and it'll be a great time. The Aztec dancers will be there. Paula, Gary, John, and myself, and all the other folks in the area. And what time is the registration for the diabetes then?
8 a.m. on Saturday morning, the 19th. And Dee would love to see like a business or something, put together a team and come out. And like I said, you're not walking far, you're just kind of walking around the block, or you can make a donation, and that's very, very welcome. And you can reach Dee by calling 775-751-1529.
And beautiful T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. So we want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, and we'll see you at the powwow. And Gary, Paula, John, and myself, we all bid you good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.